Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. This is going to be my last stream for Global Hack Week December, and I'm so excited to be doing it with the few of you who are here right now. We have a fairly small stream tonight, but that's exciting. It just means that it's more personal with all of y'all. So as you can see in the title of the stream, tonight we are going to be working with web extensions, specifically creating a browser extension to hopefully change existing websites. Yes. Also, on top of that, we are going to hopefully be playing some marbles on stream later. We were doing that earlier today in a live stream, and we couldn't get it working. We were trying to code basically an interface to work with YouTube chat to work with marbles on stream because it's originally just designed for Twitch. But we couldn't finish it then, so I said that we'd finish it tonight. So that is also up on the list of things to do. But there are only a few people here right now, so I think I'm going to hold off on that and see if anyone else pops in as the stream goes on. With that, I am really quickly going to drop the link to check in the chat right here. Remember to check in to be able to get points for your guild and let us know that you're here and watching, which we appreciate. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So I'll be honest, this is something that has been a thing that I have wanted to do for a long time, but never actually figured out how to. I've kind of tried poking around with it a couple of times and was never super successful. So I'm hoping that tonight will be the night in which that changes and I figure out how we make a Chrome extension, and specifically a Chrome extension that can edit existing websites. So, let me put on my glasses. Just got glasses, so I always forget to put them on and then wonder why it's hard to read my screen. Okay. Let's just search how to make an ad. Oh my goodness, 2 ads and ad blocker. Whoops. Ad blocker extension. And let's see. A step-by-step guide to creating a browser extension in under 100 lines of code. This sounds exactly like what I'm looking for tonight. Browser extensions always fascinated me. They're quite underrated, blah, 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 blah. Fully functional extension to block LinkedIn ads in just 10 minutes. Believe it or not, extensions are probably the easiest thing you can build, so let's cut to the chase in order to really do this in 10 minutes. I'll be honest, we have 2 hours on the stream, so 10 minutes, we'd be able to add a lot of extra features to this extension here. Okay, this will only work for Chromium-based browsers. Yep, that's fine. To make things really simple, our extension will not actually have a pop-up. It will simply be working in the background. Okay. That is a valid sacrifice. As such, all we really need are 3 files: the manifest.json, the background.js, and linkedin.js. Step 1, create an empty repository and create those files inside. Sounds great. This is the marbles code that we were working with last time. So I'm going to create, let's create a new folder here. And let's call this new folder Chrome extension. It's specifically only for Chromium browsers. And let's go ahead and open that file or that folder here. And we'll start on the tutorial. New file, manifest.json. Background.js. And LinkedIn.js. Great. Great. It's weird to just be following a tutorial right now. The past couple streams that we've done have been kind of off the beaten path, so having someone who's done this before who can talk to us about it is really nice. Hello, hello. I see some new people trickling in. We're currently creating a browser-based ad blocker ourselves to learn how to edit existing websites with a Chrome extension, and then from there, we're going to mess around with it some more, not just blocking ads, but maybe adding things, or removing something that's not an ad, or whatever we so choose. Later tonight, we're also going to be playing Marbles on stream using an API that we started writing earlier today, but didn't get to finish. Great. Let's go back to our tutorial. Manifest.json is the only essential file and extension. Really? I'm quite shocked at how simple this is. I feel like that's a recurring theme on the streams that I've been doing this week. Great. Let's copy this, and then let's take a look at it. So we have a name, a description, a version, an author name. Default title, permissions, tabs, web navigation, and linkedin.com. That makes sense. And the background scripts extension.js, which is not a file that we've created, but we'll see. Okay, permissions. Permissions establish what your extension is allowed to do, such as getting the URL of the current page or adding JavaScript to a website. When you're publishing your extension somewhere like the Chrome Web Store, you'll be asked to justify each permission you're requesting access to in order to ensure the security and privacy of your users. Here, we're asking for permission for tabs and web navigation in order to know when we're visiting a new website, as well as what that website is. We need this to be able to check if the website is LinkedIn, so we can launch our ad blocking script. Lastly, we ask for permission to modify the LinkedIn webpage so we can insert our script. Background specifies scripts that should run in the background when certain events are triggered. A key event most extensions listen for in some way is the loading of a new web page. In our case, we'll be listening to navigation changes and getting the URL of each new requested website. Moving on, let's get to some juicier stuff. Okay. I'm down for some juicy code. In background.js, we'll be setting up our event listener that will trigger an action every time the user loads a new web page. We'll then check if that website is LinkedIn, and if it is, we'll block ads. Sounds straightforward enough. Okay. Let's copy this, and then let's take a look. Chrome.webnavigation.onCommitted add listener function tab. The event triggers when the browser is committed. On committed when the browser is committed to loading a web page, as opposed to on completed. Those will start to run early. Oh, that's an interesting and nice distinction that we have both on committed and on completed. And then, great. If tab.frameid equals 0, chrome.tabs.query active true, last focus window true. Get the URL of the web page. Okay, so this is literally just checking. Great, okay. Just checking if we're on LinkedIn, and if we are, we were on linkedin.js. Let's hear a better explanation. Oh! Since I left comments in the file, I won't dive too deep into what each line is doing. Great, okay. LinkedIn.js. The last file we have left specifies how to actually block the ads. For this, I've done a bit of homework so you don't have to. So I'm not super concerned about the specific way that they're finding what elements are an ad on LinkedIn, because we aren't looking to block ads on LinkedIn. Okay. If spans.innerHTML is exactly equal to the string promoted, let card equal. This closest is really interesting. I'm wondering what that specifically is, because that seems very, very important for this. And then if the class changed and we can't find it with closest, get the sixth parent. Okay. Great. Okay. This will iterate over the ancestors of our span until it finds the first one with the class. Okay. Me just literally sitting here thinking, being like, this is shockingly simple. When was this published? I'm very curious. July 4th, 2020. Interesting. This is a very, just like, good introduction to this. Okay. Well, that was a very good introduction on how to build an extension that can edit a web page. Now the question is, what web page do we want to edit, and how do we want to edit it? Let's go to Twitch. I'm going to mute it so we don't get any echo. And let's poke around to see what we could possibly change. It would be fun if we could add like an extra button onto this website that we probably wouldn't have time to necessarily make it directly correspond with anything, but the fact that we could, maybe next to chat, that was a button that might have been like extra special bongo chat, and you can press that button and it'll, like, I don't know, integrate with Discord to send me in this case, because I'm the one who would be streaming, a Discord DM with that as along with your chat message. That sounds like a pretty dumb idea, to be honest. But dumb ideas are great for doing on stream during Global Hack Week. I say we try it. Welcome to the people who are just joining. We're currently creating a browser extension that edits existing websites, and then later we're going to be playing marbles on stream using a YouTube API we started working on earlier today, and I promised I'd finish tonight. Great. So given what we just learned, I think the first thing that we need to do is just enter inspect and take a poke around this website. Let's take a look at what this actually contains here. So if you want it to be next to chat, it would be within this class or within this div. And we just add a third option here. So we're looking for this right here. I'll be honest, that's not a super useful class name for us. This really is quite awful in terms of being able to edit this. So I guess what I'm thinking is there's not a whole lot of, like, the data target is really all that we have, because even if we take a look inside there, like, we continue to just not have, like, I guess we eventually do have chat physically, like, literally written out, and then we would just, like, recursively jump upward until we got to here. Yeah, okay. Okay, theoretically you could do this. Let's take a look then and edit our LinkedIn code. We're gonna name this to Twitch. I'm like 90% sure that needs to be background.js rather than extension.js, considering we don't have an extension.js. Okay. We're going to change the name to Twitch button adder. That's a button to Twitch. Okay. Great. That's editing our manifest to have more accurate information and also to request access to the right website. And now background. All of these parts are good. And theoretically, this part is good as well. We just literally need to change if the domain equals twitch.tv. And then with that, now we have the actual, like, editing of the script itself, which is the fact that we're able to get to this point is very easy. Okay. in this case, we're going to change this to divs. Because we're getting divs based on the way that Twitch is set up. So for all of the divs, if it's inner HTML equals chat, then we get the closest that has a class of this, which is quite ugly and gross. I'm going to double check that. Okay. Closest. Yeah, I believe we need to do the full class. We can't just use a partial fragment. Even though it looks like they are here, it's the dots that I believe are separating that we don't have on Twitch. But now, if we take this and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be our backup number of nodes to jump. And now, this is the part where it gets a little bit spicier, but theoretically, we just need to add another child element. Okay. Which we do through appending to inner HTML. How to append to inner HTML. Oh my goodness. So I Googled this. And it is literally to just plus equals it, which is wonderful. We can literally just append. So card dot inner HTML plus equals, and now this is the part where let us copy element. And now theoretically, we can paste. Ugh. I'm gonna want to use single quotes for this. There we go. Okay. And then inside of here, we just change chat to like super duper chat. And that should make another button that is of the same styling as chat. Let's try it. Let's add it to Chrome. Settings. Where's extensions? Extensions. Let's turn on developer mode. Load unpacked. Documents. Chrome extension. Select folder. Errors. Oh. Great. Yay. Version 2.0 is deprecated. Okay. Now if we refresh this page. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we are running this code every 100 milliseconds. So it is adding many super duper chats, which we don't need or want in any way, shape, or form. So we can just get rid of that and save. And let's try refreshing this page. Ooh. The problem is the chat button doesn't load with the rest of the web page. It takes a while to load, especially when I'm streaming at the same time because my internet connection is quite saturated. So without running it every 100 milliseconds, we don't actually catch when it finally does load. So let's undo this. And let us add another if here. If divs I ooh. Okay. So the idea is now I want to iterate through and check to see if we have a super duper chat button, and if we do, to not create another one, because we only want to create one at a time. This is literally just iterating through every... I don't want to have to iterate through all of it again. Ah. But theoretically what I can do is not caps lock. For what? L is the next one? It's IJ. Oh, hello. A bunch of people new have joined. Welcome. We're working on adding a button to Twitch using a browser extension. And then later we're going to be playing some marbles on stream using a YouTube API. Let's just use X for simplicity. Let X equal 0 while X is less than divs.length. Plus X. Great. So this we can now... No, we don't want it to be divs. We want it to be card. Ah, okay. So we're going to create divs2. And divs2 equals, and this is going to be card. .getElements by ID. So now here we're going to iterate through all of the children of the small little piece that contains the button And we are going to see if that inner HTML contains not chat, but rather super duper chat. And then else. Great. Let's try this now. Twitch and reload. And the website's going to take 1.5 years to load. Pause the stream. Now, theoretically, the chat button is there, and it does say chat, but the website's still loading, so I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. But in an ideal world, page unresponsive. Okay. Let's try this again. This is like 90% sure it is our extension completely murdering the loading of this web page, but we shall see. Ouch. Okay. So that didn't work. What didn't work about this? Ugh. This is gross. Okay. I'm like 90. I'm more than 90% sure. Like, it has to be adding that extra for loop. Like, we're gonna watch this hopefully load. Actually, I'm hoping it doesn't, because that means that like Twitch is down. And it's not my fault. Oh my goodness, my face is covering where we're adding the button. Oh goodness. Golly gee. Let me switch the way that I'm streaming this. Nope. Nope. Try it again. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now. There we go. Here. Down here is where we're trying to add the button. And I was blocking that with my fat noggin. So. The site loaded this time. Let's try this now. I know that it's going to be the for loop. Like, I'm 98% sure it's the for loop, but I just want to check. Because maybe I just like butchered HTML and it's nope, doesn't look like it. We can see that we're being recommended the WAN show on the side. So I do not believe. Okay, let's try this. And let's try reloading. And if and when we reload, oh, whoa, wait, that loaded. Iterating over everything. Wait, that loaded? That wasn't supposed to load. That was not supposed to. This was supposed to like crash and burn horribly, like it did last time, because that means that it's our if statement. Or what? If any of y'all who are better developers than I am understand what causes this, let me know, because I am deeply curious. Okay, just for a sanity check, I'm going to try reloading the page again, and it's not going to load. Like, we know this. We've done this before. Theoretically, this is never going to load. We can see that we have the chat button, but nothing else. And that's not how I access. Yeah, no, the whole page is completely out of it. Just like gone. And we also know that has to do, yeah, okay. 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 So I think it might be the fact that we're doing this inside of a loop, and I'm like missing something, that this loop is running more times than I expected it to. Oh, shit. Let me try taking this and breaking out after we do it, because it might be trying to do it on all of the divs less than, including the divs that we are adding here. It theoretically shouldn't, but that might be what it's doing, and that would explain why it got into a loop, because we're checking, like, we only stop when this runs out of items and we are adding items to it in it. Actually, I think that this might be the thing. I think I might have just pulled what I want to call a big brain move, but what is probably more of a fairly standard developer brain move of what writing code is. Oh, we have super duper chat. And now we have multiple super duper chats. Okay. If I were to inspect and take a look here, the question is, how many super duper chats do we have? Many! So many! Oh, we are adding another button every 100 milliseconds. Good web dev right here. Just infinite buttons. You want another button? Wait another 100 milliseconds. Okay. Hello, hello. And yes, thank you for applauding what is my genius code. That is just infinite buttons. So adding the break stopped it from crashing. But also... Oh! Oh! Okay. So what's happening here is we are checking... We are checking if any of them, if even at the top level, the ones that we know are not super duper chat. We're saying, does this contain a button called super duper chat? And even if it does, even if it does in a later child, we're only checking the topmost one. And we're saying that, oh, this one didn't. So let's add one lower down. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of this. And I'm just going to create a flag that is let is super duper equal false. Sorry, I'm used to writing Python with a capital F, false. And here, we're going to leave it false. But if it does, let is super duper equal true. And in that case, after the for loop is done, we check if is super duper, or in this case, if not is super duper. And if it is not, then we add the button. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we have one button. And two button. And probably infinite button. Okay, we're going to inspect. We're going to see. There's like a 90% chance of infinite button, but infinite button. Okay. So now what I'm thinking is, let's take is super duper out. And let's put it way up here, so that it doesn't get reset to false every time we iterate. Now there's like a 90% chance this does nothing, but this is me just trying to reduce the possible amount of errors that we could have. Okay, we have one super duper chat. And infinite chat. Now, I do want to say, if I had just chosen a static website that isn't like Twitch where it takes so long to load, and I chose some news media website and I wanted to add a button that made it super duper news, and when you click on the super duper news button, it, I don't know, changes every E in the article to an I. You know what? That actually sounds quite fun. Let's try it. Because the point of this stream is to learn how to edit a web page using an extension. And in this case, we theoretically know how to. It is just the way that Twitch is designed is making this more difficult. And because we have a limited amount of time, about a little less than an hour left, let's try changing this up. Now, I have a favorite tech news website, and that is Ars Technica. So let's go to Ars Technica. And we have a bunch of tech news articles. And what is just a nice, easy one? Great. There's a lot of irony in us looking at an article on Chrome while making a Chrome extension. So this page loaded quite quickly, one might say. Almost like there's not a live stream happening on it. And theoretically, we could add a button right in here, right underneath the author name, that is the vowel switcher button. And when we click that, we could change wait, I literally just realized that my idea is to change every vowel on the web page, and that might be quite difficult to do, so I might need to slowly decrease the extent to which I want to change the website. Why does Twitch not run on Brave? Like, login sign up does not take place. I've even tried disabling the Brave shields. I honestly do not know. To a certain extent, it might be... Okay. So the reason why I'm Googling this is Brave isn't a supported browser, according to Twitch. So this is like a known issue, which is what I was looking for. But in 2018, they said that streamers could earn money based on the Brave coin. So what I was wondering is maybe Twitch deliberately turned that off because Brave was automatically blocking ads. Apparently, this user did a complete reinstall of Brave, and Twitch login is working now. So you could also try this. Enable Brave Shield, clear your Twitch cookies, and reload the page. I'll drop this link in chat for you, so you can take a look to see what people are saying. I thought for a sec that it might be because... Okay. I thought for a second it might be because Twitch deliberately didn't want it to be working on Brave, but it seems like it's just an error. Okay. So the first step to changing every vowel on this page is first adding a button to this page. So let us go back and change everything over to Ars Technica vowel switcher. Switches all the vowels on Ars. Now, it will be very funny if we get this working and I accidentally leave this installed and I go to check the tech news. Yeah, no, I totally agree about Brave, because usually, yeah, you can just turn off Brave Shield, but I don't know. I have conflicted feelings about Brave as a browser. Because it is built in, as opposed to... I'm currently live streaming using Chrome because some of the software that I'm using for MLH to live stream works best in Chrome. But I personally use Firefox, and Firefox has great extension support, so I just add in my own content blocker extensions, so I have complete control over what's happening. Those are my personal stances on browsers, especially because by using Firefox, you're supporting a browser that's not running on the Chromium platform, which in January, Chrome, we actually saw this earlier, we're using Manifest version v2 of our extension, but Chrome is discontinuing V2 and is only going to allow Manifest version V3 extensions starting in, I believe, January, which will remove most major ad blockers and prevent them from running due to a few changes. So there are people finding workarounds, but they will become less effective, which is a deliberate move. Google is saying it's for security purposes. But Google is a company that makes all of its money based on advertising, and they don't like ad blockers for that reason. So it is kind of a targeted thing. So by switching to a browser that doesn't run on Chromium, which is at this point only basically Firefox or Safari, and if you want to support one that's not run by a major tech company, it is Firefox, you are supporting a more open and free internet. So I know that's kind of some lofty talk, but Chrome is changing the way that they do extensions in order to limit the ways in which you can control your web experience. And I don't know, that goes against the idea of what the internet is supposed to be for me. So I switched to Firefox and it's been going great. I always just have Chrome as a backup because there are some websites that work better in Chrome. Case in point, StreamYard, which is what Emily chooses to broadcast both to YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. But I use Firefox for all of my main browsing, and it gives me all of the same features that Brave has, but it's not running on Chromium, so Google isn't getting any control, and also it doesn't have all of the crypto integrated in it, which is complicated and possibly controversial. So I'm not going to get into it too much, but long story short, highly recommend Firefox for all of your browsing needs, supporting a free and more open internet. That being said, let's continue writing our Chrome extension to switch around the vowels on Ars Technica. It looks like actually we've doubled the amount of people in stream. Welcome, welcome all of y'all who are just coming in. We are working with creating a Chrome extension to edit existing websites. In this case, we tried adding a button to Twitch, but the way that Twitch loaded was a little bit too complicated for me to be able to break down over the short period in which I'm with you all today on stream. So we're changing to the news website Ars Technica, and I'm hoping to add a button that we can click and it'll switch around all the vowels in the article just for funsies. And slightly later, hopefully after we get this working, we're going to be playing marbles on stream using a YouTube API that I started working on earlier today, but I didn't get to finish. So I promised that I would finish it up after or on this stream tonight. So welcome, welcome y'all who are just joining. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you being here. With that, let's make sure we give our extension permissions to work on Ars Technica.com. And great. Now we just get to edit this part. Actually, just delete all of that. Great. Let us, okay. What are we going to be looking for on ours? If we were to add a button to the post meta section, I believe that's what we're looking for. Okay. So this is our highest level. We want to be editing the post meta section, which actually get elements by tag name. Section. And now my question is, how many sections are there on this website? Probably a few. I believe section is the most technically correct way of delineating a web page for screen readers and stuff with HTML5. We can get rid of this. And then we're going to take a look at the inner HTML of each section, and we're going to try looking for this. We want to be post meta. Yep. And then we're looking for .innerHTML. We have this equal to something because that's a very easy way of doing it. But in this case, so, oh, shoot. So this M dash there could be the key because that will be consistent where the author name and the post time will change. The M dash will stay there, but it's not actually in an inner HTML. It is outside. It is like in the paragraph tag in between the link tag and the time tag. How else do we want to do this? Well, for now, just as a proof of concept, let's say we only want to mess with this specific author. So anything that's written by Ron Amadeo or Ron Amadeo, probably. We can do card.innerHTML plus equals oh, okay. We're gonna, in 1 second, we're gonna change how we do this slightly. And we're going to add I'm quite literally speechless. Thank you. That's very kind and meaningful. I really try making these streams just kind of a nice chill place because I know that a lot of computer science spaces on the internet can be really intense. And often I know that when I was just getting started, I often felt really intimidated because most of the people doing computer science stuff on the internet were always very perfect. So I wanted to give a space that would be kind of chill and calm and where I'd make a bunch of mistakes and show that it's okay to be human. So I'm really glad that someone appreciated it. That literally makes my week this week. So thank you for saying something. I really appreciate that. And thank you for being here. Great, okay. We just want to add a button, and I'm blanking on how to do just like a raw HTML button. We can just use a button tag, great. Perfect, that's exactly what we're looking for. I should have used single quotes there. And swap me. We'll click save. let's try going to ours and refreshing the page. Interesting. So we don't see anything, actually, which is quite annoying. So let me I'm going to go back to when I removed that and add it back again. Hopefully we don't need it, because having it run every 100 seconds to add another button to the page is what got us into trouble last time. But this will just check to see if we are even finding the right section. And we are not. Huh. Okay. What could be... So we do watch it get hydrated, basically. Where it loads in the content first and then continues to add things. Let me take a look to make sure our extension is here. Maybe I spelled Ars Technica wrong? No, theoretically not. The thing that caught me off guard there was the no access needed. These extensions don't need to see and change information on this site. Where our Twitch button adder, why is it still called Twitch button adder? Okay, what if we try just simplifying what we're doing here? So let's take a look at this website again. This is not the music that I wanted. There we go. Well, I normally vibe with synthwave on stream. That seems a little bit intense for tonight. What if we were adding it over here? In which case, we're looking for all aside tags. There should only be one aside tag. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Let's try commenting all this out. Because theoretically, there should only be one aside tag, because there's only one aside on the page. In which case, What is this actually? Let's get the first dot enter HTML. And we are going to append to it just a simple paragraph. Hello. You would think at this point I would have learned to use single quotes for these. I have not yet. Okay. Let's try this. I'm hopeful. Wait. There isn't. Oh, okay. So I have my. And that is messing with the page. Ooh. So there is more than one aside. But our hello isn't showing anywhere. That's the thing that's confusing me here, is that we aren't getting any response. With our other ones, we've always gotten some response, and it makes me think that we aren't actually running on this site correctly. Okay, this is where I ask questions, chat. I'm currently debugging a bug that I don't necessarily know the answer to or the solution to. I also have talked before about wanting to run marbles on stream using the YouTube API. And I'm going to ask y'all, I think now would probably be a good time to switch over to that. Like 99% sure I'll be able to get working, and it'll be interacting with y'all instead of y'all just watching me try debugging. But if y'all are very interested in finishing this up, we can totally finish this up instead. So I'm going to ask you, if you have a strong opinion, share it in chat with me. How you want to spend the next, we probably have about 30 more minutes of stream time. Wow, that ad is very annoying. I get why I use an ad blocker now. Okay, well, it doesn't look like anyone has a super strong opinion on what we do. So how about this? I'm going to keep working on what we're working on right now, which is the browser extension, until, let's say, 10:20. That's 10 more minutes. And then we're going to take a look and see where we are. And then at that point, we'll reevaluate. I'm going to give myself some more time. What will this extension do? So the point of this extension is we were originally going to add a button to Twitch, but that didn't work out. So the point is really just to like show that we can edit a website. This is just a small proof of concept because, again, we have 2 hours total on stream. So in this case, I just want to have something show up on screen, ideally a button. And when I click that, I can run a function that'll edit the web page in some way. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Wait. What if we didn't need the button at all? in order to edit the rest of the web page, we'd need to go through the rest of that process. So why not just skip the button altogether? The real question, in order to swap the vowels, is we need to first find them. When I say it out loud, it sounds a lot less impressive. But what I'm thinking, basically, is we need to be able to drill down to the bottom levels that actually contain the text rather than all of the styling around it. So like here, the H headings have text, and the paragraph has text. But see, even within that paragraph, we have some text and some code. What is our actual content in? Our content is in paragraph tags. Okay, so we can just scrape for all the paragraph tags, all the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and heading 4 tags. And then the question is flipping all the vowels while not breaking code inside of it. But first let's try flipping, like changing vowels around. Okay. Let paragraphs with all the tag name of P. And then 4. Now, theoretically... Oh! Theoretically, I fall out of my chair while trying to not sit on my leg. Theoretically, this is the perfect time for a for each loop. But I haven't written JavaScript in a while. Paragraphs dot for each. Okay. Great. For each element. So this will be each element dot let's just try replacing it with haha, you've been scrambled. And we're going to change this to on completed. That hopefully will only run when the website is done loading. Let's try this now. This is like very simple. And nothing. If I refresh the page, this content always stays here. It's just a question of like things that load around it. So theoretically, there are paragraph tags. Okay. This is the dumbest thing. But it is confirming my sinking suspicion that, again, this is not even running on the website. ArsTechnica.com. Manifest ArsTechnica.com. How do we do? I'm blanking on how to do a print line in JavaScript. Let's turn off Flux for now. Ooh, my screen was quite yellowed there, which is good for blue light blocking and all that, but that was too yellowed for right now. I don't know if y'all could see that or not. I don't know if that showed in the screen capture. Print in JavaScript. Console log JavaScript. Great, okay. Console.log. I'm here. Now, theoretically, if I open up the console. Oh boy. Ugh. It's not even running. I'm so lost. This worked so well on Twitch. It does reveal how broken websites can be while still actually working. Because this is quite a messy console. Why? Why is this not? Okay. You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna manage extensions again. And let's try removing it. And adding it again. Great. And now try refreshing. That was all we needed. Really? Okay. So we can see that it is running. It's saying I'm here, which is a first step. But it should be saying that every 100 milliseconds. And it's not. I didn't mean to add that breakpoint. Okay, so that's at least working. So it's running at least once. Why? Why isn't it running multiple times then? Like, theoretically. It might get stuck on this for each. That might never complete. If I did not understand what I was doing with that code. I did not understand what I was doing with that code. Great. Okay. Let's get rid of this and use this code again. But we're going to comment that out again and set paragraphs I dot inner HTML equal you've been scrambled. Let's try this now. Hey, well that worked. You've been scrambled, and you've been scrambled. Okay. So it was the for each. I was trying to be all fancy, and I totally done goofed the for each loop. With that being said, I'm thinking now about how we want to randomize vowels. Okay, so we have this. And so what I'm thinking is we take this as a string and we iterate through each char in that string, or each substring, each character. And if it is a vowel, we run a random function, 1 through 5, and it picks a random vowel to replace it with. Okay. So original text equals, great. And then how to do a slice in JavaScript. Or wait, how to get one character from string in JavaScript. Ooh, we can use the char at method. That is very convenient. Okay. for let j equal 0 while j is less than original text dot length plus plus j. And then original text dot char at j and then new text. There might be a more efficient way to write this, but for now, quick and dirty code. I always say that, and then I write something that is just like deeply buggy and flawed and end up spending the next part of the stream fixing it. Current char equals original text equals paragraphs. So what this is doing is it is extracting the, so we have in HTML, we have everything built into tags, and the paragraph tag is tag name P, and we're getting the list of all of those, and then we're iterating through each of them. So we're taking every single paragraph through using this for loop here. So we're iterating through, we have the total number of paragraphs, and from 0 to the number of paragraphs we're iterating through. And that dot inner HTML gets all of the HTML that is between those two P tags. So P and then bracket / P, which will extract each paragraph from the website. It'll give us the text, but also code within it. So one of the things is we have theoretically links inside of these. That's an edge case that we're going to deal with after we get the vowel randomization working. Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna suck. But before that, yes, the .inner HTML will extract the contents of each paragraph tag on the website. If current char is equal to how do we set something to lowercase? Actually, no, we should do one set for upper and one set for lower. A or E I O U Oh my goodness, I was using or as if I was writing Python. Double pipe. Switching back and forth between languages on stream is really messing with my brain. Great. Pull a random number in JavaScript. Do not remember how to do that. Math.random. Specifically in this case, math.floor, math.random. This will return, that'll return 0 through 9. In this case, we want 0 through 4, so we do 5. Great. And then let's create an array of vowels. And that is A, E. Okay. A, E, I. O. And U. If current char, how do we do in? Oh, to see if something is in an array JavaScript. Includes method. Current char dot includes. No, if vowels dot includes current char. That is much better code for that. New text plus equals vowels else new text plus equals current char. Paragraphs I dot inner HTML. I'm going to set it equal to new text. So we're getting the original text. We're going through each one, each character in that text, and we're checking to see if it's a vowel. If it is, great. We are going to replace it with a random vowel, and if not, we're just going to add it. And hopefully, I can now refresh the page. Oh goodness, and it continually randomizes it. Okay. Let's comment out view and refresh the page. Okay. It worked. Take a look at that. Forget AAA Retrakad Video Gamus Menyung Cryptocurrency Symptoms It Fials Lugo Just Renning Kram. Great. We are now randomizing all of the vowels. Now let's just do the same thing with capital letters. A, E, I, O, U, so I don't. No, I really don't like that. Because we need to check for capitalization later anyway, so we might as well. Just copy this whole if. elif. Oh no, we just write it out as an else if, right? What is an else if in JavaScript? It is elif, right? It is else space if. Ah, that's the problem. Great. There we go. That is actual good code. Good. Now let's try running this again. I love this. I love this so much. It's creating chaos for no reason, but it is just like deeply wonderful to just completely nuke this website into oblivion. Now the idea is just to also grab headings. So we just copy this, paste, that for loop is being closed down there, which is not what we want. We want it to be closed up there. Great. Let heading 1 be for H1. Theoretically, this should now work on that up there. And it did. Just that easy. Marie Savir, Mucht, Sarah, Crummy. Oh, Crummy. Because Chrome bad, haha. Okay. And now we just do this with H2 and H4. It's an H4 and an H2. I was correct. H2 and H4. Now, the fact that I'm duplicating code means that I should just make this a function in which I specify I should have just made this a function. That would have made everything so much easier. But you know what? We're already almost there. And we had 2 hours to write this code. So copy and paste it is. But yeah, this should have really been a function. It would have been so much easier actually if this was a function. try this. Refresh the page. This is, I think, the dumbest piece of code I've ever written. Okay. So now RP piss words? Piscoi, suppart rolls, we te crimu supola, si obla. Oh, and I've broken most links. Most links are completely broken because they're all links within text. So I've completely like nuked all functionality out of the web page. Yeah. So I clicked that link, and instead of trying to go to Ars Technica, we were trying to go to Urs Toknoko Sem. Urstoknoko.sem. The famous, very popular tech news website. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to make this a function, and we're going to check to see if it is normal text or if it's within an HTML tag. Because if it's within an HTML tag, theoretically we shouldn't touch it. So let's actually write the code correctly. Okay. Let's create randomizing the websites. I mean, in some alternate universe, well, depending on what just happened with Eufy, you could go to a random link and just see someone's like doorbell camera. So there was the teeny tiny % chance that we just like uncovered state secrets instead of going to urstechnico.sem. But the chance of that, of going to a random URL and it being successful, so infinitely small. But let's create a function, and that is just called scramble. And in that function, we are going to be given a tag. And that is it. And we are going to grab this. Let's rename this to elements. Great. And now we can just call the function scramble p. Now, the thing that I'm confused about is why... There we go. We can just get rid of all this. That makes sense. Okay. Great. So we then scramble P and H1. This would have been so easy. I didn't even need to do all that copy and pasting. And look at how clean this looks now. Now, we need to check if it's between tags. So what I want to do is I want to check for an opening tag and then not a closing tag, because that would just... No. And a closing tag. Oh! Great. This is actually fairly easy. So I'm just going to check if current char is equal to an opening tag. We're going to create a flag. Let tag equal false. Tag equals true. Else if current char equals a closing tag equals false. So what this theoretically should do is now we can take this and I'll just cut it actually. And I'll check if not tag, then we check that. So now, if anything is between those tags, so that would include the A and the href and all of that, we do not randomize it. But if it is between the opening tag and the closing tag, that means it is content. So we should be allowed to randomize it. Now, this won't work if there are 2 layers of HTML tags inside of it, but this should at least make it better and hopefully should make it such that when I refresh this, these links should still go to the right articles. No. It definitely did not. So it's 10:50. And we're very close to running out of time. But I think we're so close. What is going wrong? Ah, it's that we don't add anything between the tags. Boom, that link went successfully and the page is still randomized. That is a successful Chrome extension that is randomizing all of the vowels on this website, but leaving links still working. I can still follow links. I can still I was not expecting this to be that successful. but we did it. It's done. So I'm going to recap what we did here for people who've joined in halfway through. We've been working on creating a Chrome extension that can edit the contents of web pages. So think like an ad blocker, but in this case, I had the goofy idea about halfway through to what if we were to just scramble all the vowels on a news website. So in this case, our Chrome extension contains three things: a manifest.json, which gives the information about the extension. It lists the permissions that we want to get. In this case, we want what tabs are there, and we want web navigation to know when we create a new tab, and we want access to the website Ars Technica. And then we run this script in the background. So whenever a new web page loads, we're basically just processing the URL to check if it is arstechnica.com. So removing all of the things at the beginning and at the end to just check to see what the main web page is. And if it is Ars Technica, then we run this script here, which is Ars, which is what we've been working on majority of the time, if not all of the time. And that is going through all of the elements and checking to see if they match the tag. So paragraph, heading 1, heading 2 through heading 4. And then if it matches that tag, we check either within that tag and we see if it is a vowel or not. And if it's a vowel, we replace it with a randomized vowel of either the vowels or the capital vowels. That's a successful Chrome extension doing exactly what we wanted it to do. And I'm totally going to leave this running on my computer and accidentally be very confused in the future why Ars Technica looks like this. With that, let me switch back to this. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. This has been an incredible stream. I know that I did something new, and this was something that I'd never done before, and I learned a lot about how Chrome handles browser extensions. So I hope that you learned something too, or at least... Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that that's what it said. Random chance. Random chance. That is not a chosen thing by me. Thank you all so much for being here, and I hope you learned something, or at the very least enjoyed yourself and had fun hanging out with me tonight as we created something truly deranged. And with that, I'm going to head out and leave y'all to the rest of the Global Hack Week December. Thank you all so much for being here. Oh, I'm going to drop a link in chat really quickly for y'all to register that you are here to check in so that you can get points for your guild and also so that we know that you are here. Thank you again so much for being here and happy hacking. Bye, y'all.